Savage.
Alright guys, what's up? I think today is going to be a fun one. So the idea behind today is we're going to talk about ARC MVPs. And can everybody hear me? See me fine? I see in the chat, Lucy B just said warning that the spoilers are out already for 1022. We're not going to talk about that. We don't talk about spoilers over here. Only the spoilers that I give, right? Not the official ones. So as far as today goes, we're going to go arc by arc. I think this is going to be fun. I'm going to say who my MVPs of everything is. I want to see who your MVPs are, and then maybe we can come to a conclusion with some sort of a definitive list. And I think that would be that'd be interesting. This came from a conversation that Chrissy and I had a while back, where we were trying to come up with it, and we were like, you know what, that's a pretty good idea for stuff, because the idea here is not who your favorite person is, not basically, if you remove this person and the one act that they did in that arc, everything falls apart. That's who we're awarding today. Okay, so for an example, I don't think there are going to be many people that are going to argue with the fact that like Brook is the MVP of Whole Cake Island, right? You take him away from the arc, they did not have the rubbings from the poneglyph. They did not break the Mother Carmel photo. These are the things that we're going to be ranking today, but we're going to start all the way at the beginning. Today's purposes, all of the members have access to an MVP emoji. So, see, you guys, why don't we do a test of that, and we'll see how, and we'll go from there. Ugh. Let's see. Getting some lag here. Are you guys? Is everything all right on your side, everybody? Yep. All right. So we're going to. There we go. We got those MVPs in the chat going now, so I feel comfortable that we can start moving. We can get started. I was playing around with OBS a little bit and trying to do the thing where when people subscribe or become members, something pops up on the screen. I don't know if it's going to happen today or not. I think I did everything to make that happen. I'm still working with it. I'm still trying to edit the stuff. Quick channel updates. I got this awesome General Frankie now, and we got also the MVP of Wano Act 1, Wayne D. Bruce. At least in the anime. I got him over here on the legend shelf. Yep. We're of course going to be streaming next week for 1022. I know we talked about the Heat on Feet shirts. I'm still working on them. Hopefully I'll have them ready by next week. This is what everything's looking like so far. I put an actual foot on there, where the T is. So I'm trying to make things fun for everybody. So let's get right into this. Let's get started, people. I see that that there was one super chat earlier from Brandon King asking if I saw the live action character info.
Savage.
I did see that. And but that's not what we're here to talk about today. But I think that it's great. it's a good sign that they're casting. Hey, it worked. It's on the screen. Look at that. Yeah. Marco, thank you. Thank you for joining. All right. Cool. We're stepping the game up here. We're stepping the game up. So, yeah. Let's see. I'm checking the chat real quick. All right. Cool. All right. So we're going to start with Romance Dawn, right? And the idea here is to have one MVP. Okay? Inevitably, we're going to have runners-up. I'm going to try and to avoid ties. I do not want to... as best as I can, I want to avoid giving Luffy the MVP. That's one of the key takeaways here. And if we can do that, then that's great. Oh, we got some super chats here. I thought I set it up to where a thing would pop up on the screen, but it doesn't look like it did it for that. But I'll have that set up for another time. Oh, it is coming up. Okay, that's great. Jordan Lyle said, at work, so we'll have to catch the video later. Really been enjoying the channel for the last couple months. Wanted to know who the real MVP is. Kermit D. Frog or Nico Robin Bane. I love that. That's up to the chat to decide. Everybody saw the Nico Robin Bane in the parody that I just did. Oh, it looks like we have Morge in the chat here. He said, just give it to Luffy every arc. That's, I mean, there are some arcs where it's undeniable. There are some arcs where it's undeniably Luffy. But then there are other arcs where if you remove a certain character, Luffy still gets, sidelined. Like, are you going to give Luffy the MVP for the archipelago? I can't do that. But Morge, up to you, man. I mean, if you're free and you want to get onto a call and jump on this and debate it with me, come on in. Super chat from Hamad. He said, Randy, you're my favorite One Piece YouTuber, great content creator. And on top of that, a Sanji guy, DC and Batman fan. You're my guy. Appreciate that, Hamad. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah. Soon enough, I'll be expanding the channel into some DC and Batman content as well, just because I love to talk about it. And Gum Diesel, he said, East Blue MVP, Helmeppo, captured Zoro so Luffy could meet him. Enough said. I mean, that's a pretty reasonable thing, though. That's pretty reasonable. This is why we're doing this. This is why we're doing it, right? So we'll count that as Shell's Town. Gum Diesel is saying that his MVP is Helmeppo, because otherwise Luffy would have never met Zoro. And that's fair. That's kind of fair, actually. Morge said next time, maybe just passing through. All right, my man. I'll get you another time. Let's see. All right, so the voting between. I want to see how polls are made, because I want to go arc by arc, and I want to put polls. And I know that I've seen a lot of other guys set polls up. Especially Morge was doing it during the Reverie. Morge, oh, I see it on the bottom. Great. Create a poll. Okay, cool. So we'll start. We'll be doing polls for each. We'll come between two, and then we'll do a poll. So the first poll we're gonna do is based on Nico Robin or Kermit D. Frog. Did the poll come up for you guys? Let me know in the chat if the poll came up. Alright, let me change this and we'll really get started. Boom. Alright.
So, according to the chat, Kermit D. Frog wins against Nico Robin. Nobody.
Oh god. I was about to do Kermit Bane.
Take control.
Oh man. I can't go from Kermit to Bane.
Take control. Nobody cared who I was until I started reading the poneglyphs.
Alright, so that was fun. Let's actually get into everything. Chrissy said, also MVP, Randy singing the Muppet Babies theme song to Mars as Kermit D. Frog is her personal favorite.
When your world looks kind of weird and you wish that you weren't there.
So let's actually we've been sidetracked for a while here, guys, but this is a lot of fun, and we can thank Jordan Lyle for the sidetrack here, but I love it. And I'm also loving these MVP things in the emoji for the MVPs in the chat here. All right. So looks like Kermit D. Frog won 58% to Nico Robin 48%. That doesn't really look that great on the side there of the screen, so I'll have to read it out. I have to figure out a way to do that. So we're going to start with the flashback. Okay, I'm going to separate the flashback from Romance Dawn because I think that's fair. Because otherwise, I feel like I would just give the entire Romance Dawn to Shanks for for starting everything. Which, in that case, that would be my pick. So the first MVP would be Shanks for the Luffy flashback. Does anyone have any other options? I feel like a runner-up would probably be Lucky Roo for, just being a badass and then shooting that one guy. I certainly can't give it to Luffy. But let me know some alternate choices in the chat, or if we are pretty unanimous on Shanks being the MVP. Then, we'll go ahead with that. But we'll see if we actually need a poll. All right, I'm waiting for some things in the chat to come in here. Ooh, Ryo came in and said Gold Roger. Well, I think Gold Roger is certainly the MVP of page 1. But man, I don't know if I can loop the Gold Roger bit into the Luffy flashback. We got my guy Sensei Inc in here. He said fire concept. How you doing, my man? Dan DeCarlo said the mayor. Let's see. Ooh, Sensei saying Lucky Roo, though. All right, we're going to do a poll. MVP, Luffy flashback, Shanks, Lucky Roo. Now let's take into consideration that we now know, right? We now know that Lucky Roo is responsible for getting the Gomu Gomu no Mi to begin with. So really, I guess, this is kind of a toss-up here. Shanks saved Luffy's life, but Luffy would not have the Gomu Gomu no Mi without Lucky Roo. So I think that's why it's a toss-up. That's why we need the poll in here. I'm still leaning Shanks though, and so is the chat. It is 80% Shanks, 20% Lucky Roo, and yeah. All right. So I think that's. I think it's fair to say that's that, right? So Shanks flashback. MVP is Shanks. Runner-up is Lucky Roo. Gold Roger is in his own echelon. We're moving on to Romance Dawn. Now, this does not include Shell's Town, okay? We're moving on to Romance Dawn. So this is started from the barrel all the way to Kobe going ahead. My take really is probably I might want to just give it to Kobe for being Luffy's first navigator. He meets Kobe, Kobe, stands up against Alvida. Luffy, from a narrative perspective, is just kind of there. He's just kind of there. Shout out to Amrit. He said that his vote for MVP and the Shanks flashback is the Mountain Bandit for orchestrating the bar scene. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. So, Ryo is saying Alvida. I'm gonna need some clarification on that, my man. You're gonna have to let me know why Alvida. Now, I would give Alvida the MVP for like the Buggy cover story, right? Because Buggy probably would have died without Alvida. TDI fan said the barrel for saving Luffy from drowning. You know what? Alright, we're starting a poll. Romance Dawn. The choices are Barrel or Kobe. TJ Red Comet spitting over here saying Kobe was the first unofficial crewmate. Alright. Ryo saying if it wasn't for Alvida's ship, Luffy would still be stuck in the barrel. That's fair. That's fair. Gabe C said Nami for stealing the treasure, being an opportunist, but that's kind of anime only. Huge said barrel wins low diff. This is funny. This is why I wanted to do this. So my pick was Kobe, but you guys swayed me on the barrel. So the MVP of Romance Dawn is the barrel. Runner-up, Kobe. We had 135 people voted. Barrel won 66% to Kobe's 34%. That's great. I love it. We had a super chat from Mizuyo. It said MVP of Syrup Village arc is the arc ending. Hashtag savage. I have to agree. I'm inclined to agree. And it's a very savage thing. So, all right, so we're moving on to Shellstown, right? Okay, so... Shellstown. Now, I heard some, we had some talk for Helmeppo being the MVP for capturing Zoro, allowing Luffy to meet Zoro. That's fair. That's fair. But then again, without, and I don't want to give the MVP to Luffy every arc, but without Luffy, Zoro may have died. So... Mikuing Z Nuts said Gomu Gomu no Mi MVP for the whole series. Oh man. So this is not including Orangetown. We're just doing Shellstown. So I think our choices are Luffy for saving Zoro. I can't realistically give it to Zoro. You could say Kobe for leading Luffy to Zoro. We could say Helmeppo for capturing Zoro, allowing for it all to happen. We could say Rika for bringing those rice cakes, keeping him alive. And, so... let's start the poll. All right, poll is live. All right. This is fun. We've never done polls on in a stream before, but I'm loving how everybody's already gravitating to it, already working with it. We got 200 plus people in here on an off week. That's awesome. Happy to have you guys here. If you like this content, we try to do a stream each week, whether there's a chapter or not, so you can hit subscribe for more content like this. Okay. Now this is a divisive poll. Got a lot of people voting for Rika. Oh, now it's tied. It's tied 39-39. Luffy versus Rika. Whoever thought Rika would win an MVP poll? Now it's 38-40 Rika. Rika's is creeping up here. We're tied again. Luffy and Rika. You know what? That's it. That's our first tie. We're gonna try not to. We're not gonna do too many ties as we go forward. But the poll literally had a tie. Luffy is my pick. Rika is the community pick. So we've got Shellstown. Luffy and Rika are the MVPs. Honorable mention, Kobe for standing up to his beliefs, standing up against Morgan, and even a secondary honorable mention for the Marine that accepted Kobe in, even though he knew the deal. All right. Jasmine said, "Who is Rika?" Rika was the little girl that fed Zoro some onigiri rice cakes, kept him alive while he was dying. All right, so we're moving on to Orangetown, guys. Moving on to Orangetown. All right, so this is the buggy arc. Okay. For me, this is sort of a toss-up between Zoro and Shushu. Yeah. So, and the reason I say Zoro is because he demonstrated some really great strength in that arc. You know, he joined the previous arc, but, you know, he saved Luffy from the cannon. He had a great fight with Sabaody. And, yeah. We got a lot of, we got a lot of shoo-shoos in the chat already. A lot of shoo-shoos in the chat. Got some people saying Buggy, but you know, Buggy was a villain. I don't know. I don't know if I can count Buggy. We could try and count Buggy later on, but for this, let's see. All right, poll is live. John Erickson, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate you, man. Tanta Carlo said the bird. Now that would add that's my low-key personal MVP, because that bird is what, you know, got me into the series. So I read chapter 5 first, and that bird carrying Luffy to Orangetown, that's definitely an honorable mention. But from an intrinsic value, I like that one. So we already got 125 votes with an overwhelming majority for Shushu. Oh man, we're having fun now. I mean, you know, when we get into some later arcs, I think it's gonna become more apparent. You know, there's probably gonna be less jokes. As far as the crew is concerned, Zoro is definitely the crew MVP of Orangetown, and Shushu is the community MVP. But we'll give it to Shushu first. That's what the community wants. All right. Some people are saying Richie. I don't know about Richie. So, all right, we're going to end that poll. We're going to move on to the next arc. Okay? You guys want to do Gaimon? Toilet Tube super chatted, said the guys who got Zoro to Orangetown. The tight walking Funan bros. I mean, that's they did get Zoro there, so he wouldn't be the MVP without them. But it's just, we have to decide whether their contribution was more than Zoro's when he actually did get there. We get Huge just became a member. Thank you, my man. Appreciate you. Let's see. Hood Spirit saying the mutant lion pig. Yeah. So we're gonna move on. I'm just gonna give Gaimon the MVP of the Gaimon arc, and We're gonna move forward to Syrup Village. All right. This is fun. I'm having a lot of fun here, guys. I hope you guys are too. All right. So Fernando said the Gaimon arc MVP is the empty treasure. That's a fair one. That's fair. All right. So for Syrup Village, I'm gonna give this to Kaya and Mary for giving them the Going Merry. Does anybody have any objections to that? We'll do a poll here. All right. Alright, getting the poll live here. But I already know who I'm going with. Dan, you're heading out. Later, man. Yeah, just as I thought, this is an overwhelming... This is becoming a landslide here. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I think this is pretty fair. We are going with Kaya and Mary for the Syrup Village arc. They are the MVPs. Yep. But a lot of people voted for Django. A lot of people voted for Django. I love Django, but, you know, and he was a lot of fun in that arc, but I wouldn't call him an MVP. Giving him the MVP just turns it into a popularity poll. This is who really made a powerful contribution that lasts in the story going forward. All right. Moving on, we're going to do, let's see, we got the Buggy cover story. I'm giving for saving Buggy's life. And now for the Baratie. Baratie. Who is the MVP for the Baratie? Now, I might have to put Gin into contention, because if he didn't go back, tell Don Krieg about the Baratie, they would have never came back and allowed Luffy to not stay there for an entire year as a chore boy. JC said Mihawk's knife. I like that. Monsec said Batchy for ruining full body soup. That's a contender. That's definitely the best meme choice available. Chrissy's saying Mihawk for encouraging Zoro to be stronger. That's fair. A lot of people are saying Zeph. But take Sanji's flashback out of the equation. Alright? If we were including Sanji's flashback, yes. Zeph is the MVP of Sanji's flashback. But remove that from the equation. Is he still the MVP of the entire arc? I don't think so. But he is the MVP of the flashback. So I'm going to start the poll. Okay. All right, the poll is live. Here we go. So the choices are Gin for going back, telling Krieg about the Baratie, encouraging them to come back, and then also in turn allowing Luffy to make the deal with Zeph that if I beat them, we squash this chore boy for a year thing, allowing them to continue their story. Or Mihawk for fighting Zoro, giving him the drive to never lose again. It's kind of a toss-up. It's a toss-up. Toilet Tube said Patty for bringing Krieg. I give that more to Gin than Patty. A lot of people are saying still Zeph. Ryo said no Batchy, no vote. Alright, I should have put Batchy in there. Alright, so Mihawk is winning 52%. Gin had 27%. Then Zoro had 9%. Luffy had 12%. Good point. Gin also gave Luffy his mask. So for this, it's going to be Mihawk with a runner-up, Gin. Gin is my choice. Mihawk is the community's choice, as well as Batchy. All right. And then we're also going to say Sanji's flashback, Zeph. separating the flashback from the arc officially, putting it on the screen. Zeph was the MVP of the flashback. Gray said Ginwood did way more than just bring Krieg. You're right. Okay, moving forward. Arlong Park. Whew. This, Evo said, are we going to separate every flashback? I think we should. I mean, it allows for more MVPs, and I think it makes it a little more fun. For me, this might be the first Luffy MVP, maybe. Peter Falk is saying Hachi is the MVP. Gabe C, my guy Genzo. That's a good choice. We're gonna separate the flashback again. Okay. So we're gonna have two MVPs. MVP for the flashback, which my pick is Belmere. With a runner-up Genzo. Lucy B is hitting me with the meme capitalizations, saying that Belmere is just in the flashback. So I guess, Lucy, you would say that Belmere is the MVP of the entire Arlong Park arc. I mean, that's fair too. You know, that flashback is the arc for me, for sure. I mean, it's top 2 flashbacks for me. Most of the time, number 1. So, but then again, you know, I mean, we had some good plays from a lot of the other characters. Like Sanji went down and broke the rock that allowed Luffy to get back into the fight. But then you also had Genzo and Nojiko, allowing Luffy not to drown. So these are we're gonna have to do a poll. Luffy. All right. Poll is live. Choices are Luffy, Genzo and Nojiko for keeping Luffy breathing when he went underwater, Belmere for the flashback, who's automatically going to get an MVP for just the flashback in itself, or Nami. All right. Luffy is getting the overwhelming landslide here at 62%. Then everything else is pretty evenly. We've got 134 votes so far. Genzo, Nojiko, Belmir, and Nami are all at 13 or 14%. Yeah. So we're going to go with Luffy for this. That's my choice. It's the community's choice. And that's that. And it just, I mean, it makes sense. You know, it's the first arc where Luffy really kind of comes into his own. The theme of treasure really makes a full swing. He shows that he can be a leader of a sort. He takes out Arlong, shows how much he cares for Nami. We wouldn't have the help me moment. The help me moment wouldn't hit unless Luffy put the hat on her, right? That's the part that really makes it work. Is that you know how important this hat is, and then he puts it on her. So, in that case, maybe the straw hat is really the MVP. All right. So, that was fun. And then, just for clarification, Nami, flashback, Belmir. Moving on to Loguetown. Tell me I'm wrong. My MVP for Loguetown is Dragon. Gonna create a poll. Loguetown. Choices are gonna be Dragon, Smoker, Alright, poll's live. Choices are Dragon, Smoker, Buggy, or Zoro. Overwhelming majority. Look at this, we already got all these votes. Toilet Tube said Dragon's the MVP of the series for making Luffy. We got about 100 votes already. And Dragon is 71%, Smoker 15%, Buggy 11%, Zoro 2%. So we're gonna count that. And Ryo said Ippon Matsu for giving Zoro Yubashiri. That's a good choice. All right, we know. Dragon won that one with a landslide. We're moving on. We are moving on to the Grand Line. After we do the Kobe, I'm going to give that to Garp. The Adventures of Kobe and Meppo. Garp. Alright, Reverse Mountain. Now, I'm inclined to, consider Nami an MVP of Reverse Mountain because she got them through it. This was a strong feat of navigation. There's a focus on navigation with Crocus. You know, it's where she gets the log pose. I feel like Reverse Mountain is very Nami-centered. You know, other choices, you know, would obviously be Crocus. So, you know, I think it's a toss-up between Nami and Crocus. Laboon is great, but I wouldn't consider him the MVP. So, we're going to do a poll, though. And all right. Polls live. All right. John Erickson said, good case made for Nami. She's earned my vote. Crocus gag is great, and he gives him the log pose and he tells him everything, but, you know, I think it's, you know, I also kind of have to think about how many other times in the series are we going to be able to give Nami the MVP, and I think that this is going to be. I think that this is a Nami MVP arc with a Crocus runner-up. Evo said this is kind of like a prelude to the quiz stream to get people to interact this way. Yeah, at some point, guys, we're going to do a quiz. Evo Warrior, Conrad, and Galaxy put it together over at the Discord. I've not seen any of the questions. I don't want to see any of the questions until we actually do it. And everything that I talked about last time with it, whatever kinks it had, they've apparently been worked out. But I want to do it on a day where, you know, the three of those guys that worked on it are, you know, able to be there. I don't want to do it without them, and they weren't going to be able to be here today. So Nami wins this poll, 40%, Crocus 35%. So Chin said better than Morge polls. All right. All right. We're moving on. Super chat from Emil Diaz. The barrel has been the lurking legend all along. It started with Luffy. It expressed its dreams at Reverse Mountain and started Thriller Bark. Started from the barrel, now we're here, you know. Okay, moving on, guys. Whiskey Peak. This one's kind of easy for me. I don't think there's going to be a lot of people combating this. Whiskey Peak is Zoro all day for taking out the 100 bounty hunters. You know, Ryo said Shushu's the MVP of Orangetown, but Laboon isn't the MVP of Reverse Mountain. Come on, guys. I don't know, but I mean, Laboon could be a low-key MVP of Thriller Bark when we get there. You know, Laboon certainly hit more once Thriller Bark happened. Shushu hit right away. Is there anybody that wants to make a case against Zoro for Whiskey Peak? Chin said Igaram's cannon hair. Igaram, yeah, if he died, he'd be in contention. If he died, he'd be in contention, but he didn't. So I don't know. I think we're gonna call it a day with Zoro, and we're gonna keep it moving on our way to Whiskey Peak. Sorry, we're in Whiskey Peak, Little Garden. Now this one's a toss-up for me, guys. This is a toss-up for me. Barry Motivated said Nami's the MVP of of Whiskey Peak for stopping the ridiculous Zoro versus Luffy fight. I'm inclined to agree. Yeah. Alright. So here's the thing, guys. This is between Sanji and Usopp. Okay? And I already see the chat going nuts. Okay? Without Usopp, everybody would have died in Mr. Three's candle wax. And we gotta count Karu in that too. It's Usopp and Karu together. Right? Usopp was able to stop, Miss Golden Week, because, that's what he does. He fights all the little girls. And save Luffy from the Colors Trap. In doing so, by doing that, they were able to defeat all of those people. But, if it wasn't for Sanji, they'd have been on Little Garden for, the pose was going to be for a whole year, right? So, I don't know. We're going to have to let the chat decide. All right, poll's live, guys. Our choices are Sanji, aka Mr. Prince, Usopp and Karu teamed together, and for fun, Zoro's candle pose. All right, it's kind of neck and neck between Sanji and Usopp. Be interested to have seen what it would have been without the candle pose in there to do the meme voting. We've got 137 votes in right now. 300 people are playing the game so far. It's tied. Wow, 40% to 40%. Sanji versus Usopp and Karu. This is one of the ones I was waiting for, because this is let's see. All right. Wow. The votes keep coming in. It's 41% Sanji, 40% Usopp and Karu. Okay. So, now Zoro's candle pose. That's fun, guys. But if you voted for Zoro's candle pose, I want you to actually do a vote for Sanji or Usopp, because I want to see what this actually is. Otherwise, I'm going to just make a separate poll without Zoro's thing, because this is way too close, and we definitely need a definitive answer on this. Hamad said Mr. Prince. I'm inclined to agree. All right. 200 votes. 200 votes are in. Sanji is at 41%. Usopp and Karu at 37%. All right. Some people in the chat are saying revote. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a new poll because that one was too. That was fun throwing, the Zoro thing in there, but let's actually get a. I didn't know you couldn't actually move your vote again, so. Now to be fair. We're doing a recount. Okay. So this is interesting now. Without Zoro in there, Usopp and Karu are winning. 55% to 45%. Now, keep in mind, guys, if it wasn't for Sanji, Crocodile would have won. Because they would have not been able to get off of Little Garden. Their log pose would have been all over the place. It would not have set. He got the eternal pose to Alabasta. But Zoro, Vivi, and Nami, potentially Luffy, would have died without Usopp and Karu. So this is where this is where it is. This is what we're voting on, people. Is our crew more important, or is the country of Alabasta more important? Yeah. And that's true. Yamil said Nami would have died from Kestia if it wasn't for Sanji. Yeah. Because Nami got hit with the bug, and if they didn't have the log pose, that would have been it. Chrissy saying, I would say Sanji. You got 186 votes in. Still about 300 people playing. It is 48% Sanji, 52% Usopp and Karu. Now it is 49%, 51%. This thing is neck and neck. This is wild. If you haven't gotten your vote in yet, get your vote in now. Because this is tight. This is tight, people. This is tight. Louis Vasquez said the real MVP was the virus. I don't know about that one, my man, but yeah. Let's see. All right. Sanji, 49%. Usopp and Karu, 51%. 202 votes in. We've stated our case for either one of them. It is literally tied now. 50% to 50%, 208 votes in. Sanji's at 50%. Usopp and Karu at 50%. This is insane. This is insane. Another vote came in. Usopp's up. Another vote came in. Sanji's up. This is... I feel like we're doing the Olympics right now. This is crazy. We got a couple of more votes in. It's still tied. People are coming in, they're voting for Sanji, then someone else is coming in, they're voting for Usopp and Karu. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to stop the count in 1 minute. I'm going to give it one more minute. When the minute changes, that's it. It's 1:30 p.m. for me right now. At 1:31, I'm hitting end poll. So get your votes in. It's 49% to 51%. Sanji, 49%. Usopp and Karu are up 52%. Oh, Usopp and Karu just took the lead. Gray said you can declare a tie, Randy. All right. 233 votes in. That's amazing. We've got 270 people in here, and like 80 or 90% of you actually voted. So that's awesome. It's a great level of engagement. I love it. All right. So my pick is Sanji. But the winner of the poll is the team of Usopp and Karu. Sanji is definitely the runner-up, in contention for a tie. But I think it is fair to give them to both because they really did it's hard to say, because without either of them, really crazy things would have happened. So there we go. That was the most fun one so far, guys. If you haven't already, like the stream. Got a lot of engagement going on here, and I'm loving every minute of it. All right, so moving on to drum. My pick, Vivi. I think this is the only chance in the series that I might have to be able to say this. Because without Vivi, they don't get onto the island. They don't meet anybody that can save Nami. Vivi put aside her own ambitions to get to Alabasta to save Nami, saying that the fastest way to get to Alabasta is to save our navigator. They pull up to Drum. These guys are still shook from Blackbeard. Pirates are rolling up. Luffy's ready to fight. Vivi says, no, we're going to win this with diplomacy. That's how we're going to save Nami. Nami dies without Vivi. Nami dies without Luffy. So, this is where we're going to have a poll. I've said my choice, but ultimately, I'm letting you guys decide. Hero Look is the MVP of the flashback. All right, polls up. Choices are Vivi or Luffy. And Hero Look is, of course, the winner of the flashback. And if I was including the flashback, I'd probably put Hero Look over it all, because the best part of Drum in the first place is the flashback and Hero Look. And Hero Look is my favorite flashback character. But as far as the Chrissy's like, no, Chopper, come on. Why would Chopper be the MVP of the arc? What did Chopper do? I mean, I guess I could redo the poll and I could put, Kureha for curing the illness is, a valid thing too. Kaedo Pack said Luffy doesn't get a chance to be MVP without Vivi. Spittin'. Let's see. How can I... Oh, so I can do that. And I can make it easier to see everything with poll when I do that. Except it doesn't show the wins on the thing. Sorry, it doesn't show the. I thought it was showing the whole time. Like, someone playing this back, watching that Usopp and Sanji thing is going to be confused. Because I'm looking at a screen where it's like, it shows me the numbers and all this other stuff. I don't know how to make that appear for you guys. Triple Threeville, hey Rainy, long time no see. Hope you and the family are doing great. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. I still have to check out your octopus theory. I've been meaning to. I want to check that out. All right. So it's pretty much a landslide for Luffy. 60% to Vivi 40%. So. Alright, so the chat has spoken. Luffy. Luffy is the chat's choice for Drum. My choice is still Vivi. And just to be clear with everything up here, Chopper flashback. Here, look. Let's give our boy his flowers. So, yeah. If I did the vote again, I'd have included Kureha, because she did save Nami, and as Drini said, did the send-off at the end, which was, of course, really great. However, let's reposition myself a little bit. However, I still think Luffy would have won based on the chat and everything, and the way, you know, the climb is still one of the best parts of the series and certainly one of the best parts of that arc. All right, moving on to Alabasta. Now this one's going to be tough, guys. This is going to be like Little Garden, okay? Because if it's, you know, it's between Sanji and Pell for me. Because Sanji in general for me is like the MVP of the entire Alabasta saga. Just by avoiding Baroque works every step of the way. Avoiding them in Little Garden. Avoiding them on the way to Alabasta. Never meeting Mr. Two. Being able to infiltrate rain dinners. Zoro, Nami, Luffy, Smoker, they all die if it's not if Sanji doesn't save them. So, but then Pell, if Pell doesn't carry the bomb out of the city, then everybody dies, right? So, I think the crew choice is easy. The crew choice is Sanji. But could it be an overall choice for Pell? Michael Anthony says Bon Clay saved the ship from Hina. That's I mean, that's pretty fair. That's fair. Bon Clay did save them at the end. But yeah, Sanji saved the crew, but Pell saved the country. So we're gonna start the poll. Forget that Pell came alive. That he never died when he should have. He still didn't. All right. Poll is live. Choices are Sanji for saving the crew. I should have wrote Mr. Prince. Pell for saving the country. Vivi. Or Bon Clay at the end of the arc. I wish I could have you guys see it on my side and how it like moves and fluctuates. But right now, Sanji's at 61%. Pell is at 21%. Vivi at 12%. Bon Clay at 9%. So it's pretty much in a ladder. The order top down is how everything's winning. We got 138 votes in so far, 143. I think it's fair to say Mr. Prince is our MVPs for Alabasta. Now, my pick, Mr. Prince. That's my own personal preference. But you can't deny Pell. You can't deny it. Everybody dies without him. Everybody dies without him. So. Alright. About to end the poll in like 10 seconds here. So get your votes in if you want to get your votes in. Alright. Moving on. Jaya. So, for Jaya, I'm going to say Nico Robin. That's my pick. Because without Robin, they wouldn't have gotten the Southbird. So, let's see. So people are saying Blackbeard for a speech. Yeah, I mean, the speech is great. It's super iconic and all of that, but did it impact the flow of the arc? Did anything change for Luffy and Zoro and Nami in that moment when they heard it? Or did it just contextualize the story for us? Right? So that's the difference. Let's try and think of it from like an in-world perspective. Did Teach's speech get us to Skypiea? I mean, it told us to, keep believing in dreams, and that they don't end, and like not to listen to Bellamy, essentially, yeah, go for the Sky Island. It does exist. But they were going to do that anyway. And Luffy Monkey D said Robin found the map too. So yeah. I'm seeing a lot of stuff for Nami getting them up the knock-up stream, which is fair. That's fair. Chad Elmer said, we missed the Zoro flashback poll / MVP. The MVP was the stairs.
Savage.
Alright. I think this poll is going to be Nami versus Robin for Jaya. You guys make a great point about Nami. Nami. Robin. Nami. Poll's live, guys. So. Okay. Justin O'Malley said Cricket should have been on there. They only give me 4 choices, and I didn't see a lot of people saying Cricket in the chat. So Got 130 votes in right now, and Robin is at 30%. Nami's at 24%. I am. I'm okay with doing a. I mean, it's another instance of Nami doing some really great navigational work, so I'm inclined to agree with you guys. But they still wouldn't have found the knock-up stream without Robin, so that's the tough point. That's why we're doing this here. So it looks like Robin is winning, but not by a very large margin. Robin's at 30%, Nami's at 24%. I think it's Robin is the MVP. Nami is the runner-up. 161 votes in. I'm moving on to Skypiea. But, you know, Nami's contribution was entirely at the end of the arc. Nami's contribution at the beginning of the arc isn't that great for me. So, Skypiea. Here we go. Now this one's a tough one for me because I'm kind of inclined to just give it straight to Luffy by being God's natural enemy. And but I want to see what you guys say. Oh wow. Hold on. Blackbeard creeped up. Wow, you're right. I didn't even see that. Hold on. Thanks for pointing that out. Blackbeard did come in second place. The community has spoken. Jaya. Sorry. Let me correct that. Yeah. Okay. Now, I do love the thanks for a light moment. But is that enough to give Sanji the MVP for an entire arc? I don't know. This is one of the arcs where I wish I could actually do a bunch of options. You know, Michael Anthony said Pagaya for giving them the dials. Let's see. It's a lot of people saying Wiper, a lot of people saying Nami, a lot of people saying Sanji. So I might make the poll Luffy, Nami, Sanji, or Wiper. Ooh, that's kind of... Ryo makes a good point. Enel for being the only villain to accomplish his goals. He didn't destroy Skypiea, but he did get away with the Arc Maxim and made it to the moon. So... But then also Robin, you know, did find the lost city of Shandora. This is tough. This is tough, people. I mean, I still feel like I gotta give it to Luffy no matter what. But, alright. I'm gonna make a poll. I think Luffy's going to win either way, but a lot of people are not going to... they're gonna feel people are missing on this. Alright. I'll tell you guys, it was hard not putting Sanji on this. It was hard. We had a super chat from Mark Creasy. Thanks, man. He said, I'm sure we said Sanji for Alabasta, but for Skypiea, I want to give it to Viper. However, Nami was pivotal at the end of the arc, and Luffy, obviously. Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, like, it's kind of a no-brainer that it's Luffy, and even the poll is saying that for here. But it's one of those arcs where I mean, it was a long arc. A lot of people did things. So, you know, Luffy wouldn't have gotten up Giant Jack without Nami, so it's important to have Nami there. The thanks for the light moment was great. Beating Satori was great. Viper, actually, you know, like, killing Enel is worth putting him in the poll. You know, even though he restarted his own heart. And I had to put Enel in there after Ryo said that he won. He got what he wanted at the end. He didn't destroy Skypiea, but he did win. He did get away. So, we're giving it to Luffy and we're moving on. Mr. Venator, I think I might have missed your super chat. I'm sorry about that, man. Let me find that. You guys really want to do G8? All right, we're doing G8. All right. The G8 poll is up. Let's see here. Mr. Venator 86 asks, what do you think happens if a human ate Chopper's fruit? So I think if a human eats the Hito Hito no Mi, they're able to turn into a giant, you know, via like the monster point form. I think that they have access to, you know, bulking up. Basically, you become like a super specimen. Brain point, you know, you basically become a genius. It's like physical peak of human ability. That's what I would think would happen if a human ate it. All right. So this poll was Condoriano versus Condi Oriano. Condi Oriano wins. Moving on to Long Ring, Longland. And tell me it's not Afro Luffy, people. Yeah, I should have put Jonathan on the poll, but all right. Salakesh has to go. All right, later, man. Let's see. All right, polls up. So we have Afro Luffy. We got Zoro by himself for his Be a Man speech to Chopper. The Zoro Sanji duo at the Groggy Ring, and then we also have Aokiji for demolishing all of them. So, because it doesn't have to be the heroes that are the MVPs either. It can be the bad guys too. So, right now, Aokiji's winning. Now, Afro Luffy took the lead. So if you haven't voted yet, guys, vote, because this one's a toss-up. As much as I love Afro Luffy, as far as the rules of the game are concerned, Aokiji might really be the true MVP here. Dranny saying an Aokiji Afro Luffy split. It's pretty close. It's kind of neck and neck. People are saying Foxy was robbed. Aokiji for bringing Gear 2. Yeah, that's a good choice. All right. 176 votes in. Polls ended. In an upset, Aokiji beats Afro Luffy, but Afro Luffy is the runner-up. Aokiji is the MVP of Long Ring, Longland. So we're giving it to Aokiji, but we are acknowledging and respecting the power of Afro Luffy. Does the man make the Afro, or does the Afro make the man? Water 7, we did it. We're here, guys. Now, also keep in mind, guys, we're gonna do Water 7 up to the Sea Train. The Sea Train will be its own vote, and then Enies Lobby will be its own vote. So let's count only from the beginning of Water 7 up to when Sanji says bingo and gets on the train. So Poll's live. It was a toss-up. I wanted to throw Iceberg in there, but I didn't. I went with Usopp, Luffy, Frankie, Cypher Poll 9. Toilet Tube said Chopper. For Water 7? I don't know. Now, me personally, I don't think that Usopp is the MVP at the beginning of Water 7. I don't think that he is. I think that his plight and everything, like, it makes sense. But, I don't know. I feel like giving him MVP would justify his actions against the crew. So, for me, I kind of have to say CP9 because they wrecked house. But, maybe. Like they sort of won at the end there. I don't know. But everybody's saying Usopp. It's 37% Usopp, 29% CP9. So we're gonna call this Usopp / CP9. CP9 being the runner-up. CP9 reveal was amazing. Yeah. All right. Sea Train. Now remember, guys, this isn't a popularity poll. This is a this is based on merits and like what characters did to influence the story in a positive or negative way. Okay. Poll is live. For this poll, it's Sanji, Soge King, Bluno/CP9 or Kokoro. If I had a fifth option, I would have put Frankie. But Frankie's best contribution in the Sea Train arc, is on the way to Enies lobby where he has that conversation with Robin. That's sort of the big thing for him for me. So Frankie is like a character that, wouldn't really win anyway. So, we like him. He had feats, but is he the MVP? Sanji carried the Sea Train mini arc. The in-between there. So. Alright. 154 votes in. Sanji at 57%, Sogeking 26%, CP9 4%, Kokoro 13%. Alright. Poll ended. Everybody voted for Sanji, with Sogeking as the runner-up. Now we are moving on to Enies lobby. I have an obvious choice for this one. I don't think anybody's gonna back me away from it. Poll is live. The Mary's the MVP of Enies lobby. It's kind of a tie, but it's mostly the Mary. It's mostly the Mary. But Gabe C. super chatted, said Robin is the MVP. She's the heart of the arc. Many people, including myself, consider I Want to Live as the greatest moment of the series. I can't deny that. You're right. So, Robin is certainly a contender. She's the heart of the arc. The arc is about her. But that's not necessarily what this poll is about. Right? And it's no disrespect to Robin. She is the heart of the arc. But is she the reason everybody got away? Is she the reason that... She's the reason everybody's there. But Sanji and the Going Merry are the reason that they got out. So, you're a most valuable player, not for getting them into the situation, but for winning the day and getting out of the situation. So, right now, so interestingly enough, more people voted for Robin than they did Sanji. Going Merry is in a landslide at 63%. Sanji's at 13%, Luffy's at 9%, Robin's at 14%. So Robin has 1 more percent than Sanji. Alright, so we're ending the poll there. The MVP was definitely the Going Merry, with Robin and Sanji as runner-ups. I have to include Sanji because him opening the gates of justice is an MVP-worthy move. Alright. Now we are moving on to Post-Enies lobby. Alright, so this is a toss-up. I'm inclined to give it to Zoro for his speech, his vice captain speech. But Garp is a contender as well. Now, Frankie is also an option for building the Thousand Sunny. Poll is live. So the choices for this one, it's Garp for really saving them, giving them that info dump, commanding the mini arc. Not taking it seriously when he was going after them. Zoro for his speech, putting Luffy in his place. Or Frankie and Iceberg for building the Thousand Sunny. Toilet Tube said, he missed my super chat. Toilet Tube said, Frankie's underrated. Dude shrugged off a mine. Hey, I love Frankie. Can you tell? I love him. That's my guy. All right. So this is an interesting. This is interesting. Giovanni said 278 in stream. Gotta love it for an off week like the stream guys. Yeah. 162 votes in so far. Frankie and Iceberg are winning right now. 44%. Garp's losing. 27%. Zoro in second place. 29%. I like this. I like this. As much as I love Zoro for his speech and all of that, it's true. Frankie versus Frankie and Iceberg. That's kind of you guys are right. I think I'm going to call it. Post-Enies Lobby Arc. Winners. MVPs. Frankie and Iceberg for building the Thousand Sunny. Rouse. Spitting facts. Frankie and Iceberg deserve it. Yep. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thriller Bark. Ugh. It's Absalom, right, guys? Right? Of course, Absalom. It's the MVP of Thriller Bark. This one's a no-brainer. We all know it's Zoro. Yep. Do we need a poll? I mean, look at those Zoro packs in the chat, guys. Zoro did get packed up. Well, nothing happened. There was no packing up of any kind. But, just to be fair, polls live. Giovanni, I should have put docking in there. I should have put docking in there. That would have been great. Mark Creasy said, not even a question. Yeah, we all know Zoro's the winner. Already got 115 votes. Zoro's at 87%. Brook and Laboon, 6%. Nightmare Luffy, 7%. And, yeah. And even if I put docking in there, I guarantee you Zoro for Nothing Happened would still be the overwhelming. This is the biggest landslide of any poll so far. We didn't even need to do the poll, but we did it just to be safe. 89% for Zoro. 150 votes in. It's great. So, moving forward, we're gonna do the archipelago, but I want to separate the Duval section and the Flying Fish Rider area. So. Okay. So the options for this are Sanji for fixing Duval's face. Duval for having Motobaro. Luffy for using Conqueror's Haki for the first time against Motobaro. Or the Thousand Sunny for having using Gown Cannon and just carrying them. DJ BJ32 said Sanji, because he's got the heat on feet.
Bro, look, he got the heat on feet, bro.
Sanji's winning. He's got more than half of the vote. Exactly. Sanji wins this because he created an ally from the Flying Fish Riders, which definitely came in handy. Thousand Sunny came in second place. Had about 150 votes in there. Moving on to the archipelago. Tell me why it's not Kuma. Hamad said, forgot Sanji fixing Duval's face. Papago's Toilet Tube. Papago's a pretty inspired choice. I'm inclined to put him on the poll. I love Papago. Kimi-chan, Kimi. All right. I'm putting nobody from the crew in this poll. I'm sorry. The crew got washed. I mean, I could put Luffy for punching Charlos, but at the same time, that's exactly the event that would make Luffy not the MVP of the arc. It's a great moment. But choices are Kuma for saving the crew, for literally saving all of them, and sending them to their respective islands to start the time skip and make them stronger. Rayleigh for coating the ship, for saving them from Kizaru, initially saving Zoro, for being Rayleigh, and then Kizaru for just washing the entirety of all of the supernovas and nearly destroying everybody. But he doesn't get to win because he didn't win. Kuma came in and stole that win from him as far as I'm concerned. So it was like, it's a good battle. It was neck and neck. Things were tied up at the end of the game, but Kuma came in at the last second there and dunked, won the game. So this percentages right now, we got Kuma at 56%, Rayleigh at 36%, Kizaru at 9%. So Kuma does win. Rayleigh is the runner-up. Looks like everybody's pretty much in agreement here. A lot of people are saying a lot of people pulling for Rayleigh, but ultimately Kuma has won this poll. 156 votes in, I'm ending it there. Moving on to the next arc. Amazon Lily. All right. Polls live. Choices are Luffy, Hancock, Marguerite, Vice Admiral Momonga. Okay. I love Momonga because he was a savage. He stabbed himself and showed that you can beat Hancock's powers. But beyond that, you know, we got 2%, 3% of people that like Momonga as well. That's fun. Right now, Hancock is winning 47%. She did show supremacy in that arc. You know, Luffy was kind of lost. He certainly, if he actually tried to fight Hancock, would not have won. Not at that stage. Now, Marguerite is a decent choice because she found Luffy, she saved him. You know, that's. Rao super chatted and said, "Luffy for covering the slave brand." That's pretty good.
Bro, look, he got the heat on feet, bro.
And that played automatically. A lot of people are, you know, voting for Hancock, but I really think it is Luffy, guys. I mean, you guys are definitely selling me here. It's... He did block the brand. He turned Hancock into his ally. I mean, if we're really being honest, it's Luffy, but the community is saying Hancock. But there is a vocal majority in the chat saying Luffy. So... So we're going to call it for Luffy and Hancock here. It is the runner-up. Impel down. Now this one's going to be tough. This one's tough. Remember, guys, this is not a popularity poll. This is merit against things that was actually done in the arc. All right, chat's going wild. Choices for this: Bentham, aka Bon Clay. Mr. 3 and Buggy. Mr. 3 being the counter to Magellan. Buggy for seducing all of the prisoners. Alexander Rios said, clear cut, Bon Clay. End of Impel Down made me cry for real. I feel that. Made me cry too. Magellan for being an absolute beast. Or Ivankov. I'll tell you, my choice is definitely not Ivankov. Magellan washed everybody. He even washed the Blackbeard Pirates in 5 seconds. So, I mean, realistically, like, he is the most impressive of the arc. But the MVP in my mind is Bon Clay, aka Bentham. But I do have to give a shout out. My runner-up is Mr. 3 for countering Magellan. Bentham is Bon Clay's real name. It was revealed in that arc. Hamad said Blackbeard did the unimaginable. Yeah. It's true. He still got washed by Magellan, though. Alright. So we got 172 votes are in. This is looking very much like the Thriller Bark poll. Of course, it's Bon Clay, aka Bentham. As far as the poll is concerned, the runner-up is Ivankov. My runner-up is Mr. 3. Ending it at 177 votes. Okay. Now we're moving on to the arc where I wish I had 15 votes that we could make. Oh, man. I almost feel like we have to structure it almost. We might have to break this up into, like, multiple MVPs for different factions. You know? This is tough. I'll tell you who's not the MVP. It's Luffy. So, yes, guys, we are on Marineford. Seeing a lot for Akainu, a lot for Whitebeard, a lot of crocodiles, a lot of buggies. Blackbeard, Shanks. I wish I could do more than 4 things because it really isn't. You really can't break this down into 4. So, Marco says break it down into categories. The arc deserves it. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to do multiple polls, but I'm just trying to think what's the best way to, like, faction this out. Gabe C said Whitebeard or Edward Newgate. Alright, so I made a poll for the top tiers here. Blackbeard, Whitebeard, Shanks, Akainu. There'll be a separate poll for who on Luffy's team was the MVP. Now, Whitebeard started the era, but Blackbeard came in and showed that his whole plan, he basically orchestrated this, right? Akainu killed Ace, but Shanks also came in and stopped the war. Lucy said this poll's a banger. Alright. Rao said put some respect on Whitebeard's name, people. Toilet Tube said Whitebeard lost, but did he? Did he lose? One Piece does exist? Are you telling me Roger lost when he said go out to the sea and, you know, I left it all in one place? If you guys want to vote in on Marineford, get in there. Andrew Hunter said this is a great concept for a stream. If you made this a video of other One Piece YouTubers' picks, it would be lit. It's a good choice. It's a good idea. Now, I really wish, again, guys, I wish I could do more than 4, so that's why we're going to have a separate poll after this. But right now, Whitebeard's at 59%. It's killing it. Shanks in second place is the runner-up with 23%. Blackbeard's got 8%. Akainu's got 9%. So Blackbeard is in last place of this poll. 185 votes. I'm going to end this one. Oh, Blackbeard and Akainu just tied there at the end. Alright. So, Whitebeard. Shanks was the runner-up. Pirate King 3D2Y said, never made it to a stream, but I'm happy I can today. Shout out to you and your work. But Shanks stopped the war. Still waiting on someone to match that energy. I mean, he did shut it all down. That's why he's the... It's so hard. This is hard. It's hard. There's literally a reason why you could call just about anybody in that arc an MVP. That's what makes this so hard. But you only get one. You only get one. And let's see. All right. Another hard one, guys. Next poll's up. The Impel down group. Who's the MVP? Crocodile? For basically fighting everybody, saving Luffy in the end, saving Ace at one point. Mr. 3 for actually creating the key that saved Ace in the first place. That's an MVP move right there. Buggy for broadcasting it to the entire world when Sengoku wanted it all to stop, and for bringing the the Impel down prisoners and putting them on everybody's side and having them fight for them. Jinbei for also saving Luffy, but failing to save Ace and kind of being right there. Gum Diesel said do a third poll with the top 2 from each group. That's interesting. Gabe C. Spittin', Mr. 3 was the entire reason Ace was saved. Jinbei's kind of with a landslide on this. I thought Jinbei was going to be at the bottom of this, because Jinbei is at the bottom tier of this. Like, if I was going to rank this, it's literally in the ranking that I put it. Crocodile's at the top as, like, the MVP of Luffy's group. Mr. 3 is in the second place for making the key. And Buggy, and then Jinbei. So that's kind of interesting. Mariko said, "No man, this is fun." Jinbei's at 49%, Crocodile's at 21%, Mr. 3 at 16%, Buggy at 13%. Jinbei's winning this, but for me it's Crocodile. Jin said Croc did more for Luffy than Jinbei ever could. I'm inclined to agree. For Marineford, at least, yeah. If you want to give Jinbei the MVP for post-war for, like, getting Luffy to nut up and get over everything, yeah. But don't confuse the two. Don't confuse the two. Tyler Patterson, Mr. 3 had a galaxy brain play. Yeah. Yeah, he really did. But I really, I gotta come in here, guys, and I gotta say that I do not think that Jinbei deserves all of the... I think you guys turned this one into a popularity poll. I'm going to need someone to really... Yeah. Alright, so we're ending that poll. Jinbei was the winner, Crocodile was second place. Ryo said Buggy deserves it for broadcasting the war. I agree. Diz of the Ghost said no love for Inazuma. Inazuma's great. But he was kind of out of the action until he created the staircase. But that was an MVP. That was a great move there. All right. So now we're going to do a poll where we take the top 2 from each and then vote. Mizuyo said, who else on the list is helping Luffy mental post-war? I mean, it's really only Jinbei, but, there are definitely other people that did help him. See, now this poll is wild. Because now, Jinbei has literally like 2 or 3%. Now 3%. Whitebeard, landsliding again. 60%. Jinbei's at 2%. Crocodile is at 15%. So this is completely wild. Because Crocodiles now has more votes than Jinbei does, or did in the previous poll. Shanks at 17%. So it's still Whitebeard and Shanks in first and second place. Crocodile in third at 15. Jinbei at 4%. Gum Diesel said Randy Troy just single-handedly canceled Jinbei. Nah, I mean, I'm not canceling him. I'm just saying, like... Yeah. Devadathon said Croc fans just mad after the last poll. Alright, we're moving on. So ultimately, we came to decide that the top two from each side, Whitebeard and Shanks, Jinbei and Crocodile. So give them their flowers. Also want to give flowers to Mr. 3 and Buggy. They are two of my top choices for all of this for sure. Post-war. Lou Patterson said it would be better to have a separate vote for the underrated characters in the war. It's not a bad idea. Ooh, Dadan. Arise said Dadan. That's pretty good. That scene with Dadan and Garp. It's an MVP scene right there. But I don't think anything beats Jinbei. Jinbei deserves this one. Ryo says Law literally saved Luffy's life. I can't argue that. So it's a tie. Law saved Luffy literally, physically. Jinbei saved Luffy mentally. So those are my choices. So now we've got requests in the chat from Lou. Underrated Marineford. There was an immediate surge of Mr. 3 love. He was winning for a slight second there. He literally was winning. But then the Buggy votes came in and the Kobe votes came in. Victor says, how is Buggy underrated, though? I mean, in comparison to everything that we just did in the 2 polls, Buggy did not really show out a lot of votes for who the true MVP of the arc was. So it seemed fair that he's sort of in the underrated category. Everybody thinks about the top tiers. So I'm going to let this one ride for a little bit. We got 243 people still in here. I want to see... Everything is kind of neck and neck right now, so I want to see some more votes. Kobe is winning. Buggy and Mr. 3 are neck and neck. So, Buggy, you know, he broadcasted it to the world, but Mr. 3 did free ace. He did it. Galaxy brain move from Mr. 3. When do you have another choice in your life to vote for Mr. 3 for something? You're never going to have this again. And then we have Inazuma there for, creating the platform to get Luffy up there. But Inazuma only has 5% right now, so Inazuma's losing. Buggy and Mr. 3 are still tied. Oh, Mr. 3 just took the lead over Buggy. Oh, this is insane. This is insane. Mr. 3, he's got a sharp lead over Buggy right now. Mr. 3's got 30% of the vote. Buggy's got 27. Kobe's got 37. This is a good poll. This one's a good one. All right. Suspension mark said Ivankov should be in Inazuma's place. I mean, you could consider them together because technically they are, right? Inazuma was in Ivankov's hair the entire time. Okay, now this is sort of a is Mr. 3 or Kobe going to win? Because now Kobe's at 36, but Mr. 3 is at 32. So this is... I want to see a few more votes come in. We're at 169 votes. Let's try and get at least another 10 votes in here. Whew. There's a lot of Mr. 3 love coming in here. Mr. 3, 33%. Kobe, 35%. Is Mr. 3 going to take this? Is he going to take it? I wish you guys could see the back and forth, because that's the fun part for me on my side. I wish I could show you guys this stuff. We got 182 votes in. We got another, so almost 20 votes came in. That's great. Kobe's at 36. Mr. 3's at 34. This is neck and neck, guys. Kobe 35%. Mr. 3 34%. Neck and neck. Neck and neck. This is wild. 188 votes in. Can we get 200? We got 235 people in here. Can we get 200 people to vote for the underrated Marineford character? Is it Kobe or is it Mr. 3? That's what we're voting for here. Is it the precious seconds that Kobe earned that allowed Shanks to save Luffy and all of this stuff, or is it Mr. 3 for creating the key that saved Ace? Kobe and Mr. 3 are literally tied 35 to 35. 197 votes in. I asked for 200. We've got 200. Kobe 35%. Mr. 3 34%. I'm ending the poll. And when I ended it, it was 35-34, but the final is... Oh, wait, the final is Mr. 3 over Kobe. We're going to call it a tie, though. Kobe deserves it. Mr. 3 deserves it. That was a fun poll, guys. I want to thank everybody for coming in. We got a huge turnout for that poll. 205 votes out of the 238 people watching right now. That was just for the, that was just for the underrated things. We still had the other polls for anybody that's just coming in here. We already had the actual underrated characters. Okay. Time skip, guys. Time skip. Do we keep going or do we save it for a part 2? Because we're already at a 2 hours and 30 minutes here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more arcs. New poll. Keep going into the time skip right now, or do part 2 next break week? Giovanni said, Randy with the pull, no me. It's pretty even. Pretty even. 59% people are saying keep going. 41% of people saying do a part 2 next week. Marcus is saying I want a 5-hour stream, Randy. Perhaps the next break week we can have the quiz. I might want to do the quiz like during the week at some point. It's I really want to do it on a day that Evo Conrad and Galaxy can do it. Let me, because we've been going for a while here, longer than we normally do. Take a quick second. Let me see how Chrissy's doing. I'll be right back, guys. Whew. All right, guys. Let's take it to the end. Chrissy's doing fine. She's great. Let's see. Marco said already 3 a.m. here. Yeah. I'm not tired, guys. I can keep going. I just like to make sure that, you know, Chrissy's doing all right and that Mars isn't acting, you know, a fool out there or anything. But he's good. He's good. She's good. So we're gonna go into we're gonna just go for it. Return to Sabaody. Shambles. W's in the chat for Chrissy. We all know Chrissy's the MVP. Lizzie B said, wouldn't a break be better for everyone? Just asking. I mean, we have been going on for a while. That's the reason why I posed it, just in case everybody else wanted to get on with their day and all of that, and you know. So. All right. So people are saying Kuma again for Return to Sabaody. I mean, he did. That's a good point. That's a good point because he did stay and watch the Thousand Sunny. All right, it's live. So we got Return to Sabaody. Is it Kuma? Is it Rayleigh? Is it Duval and the Flying Fish Riders? Or is it Luffy? Should have put the fake straw hats. That would have been fun. Kuma's winning by a landslide right now. 58%. Rayleigh's in second place with 22%. A lot of people voted Duval. I mean, he does, deserve some respect on his name because he did watch the ship, right? So. We're going to give this to Kuma and Rayleigh. Rayleigh coded the ship. That allowed them to get to Fishman Island. All right. Next up, Fishman Island. Oh, my guy. Wandy and Wissy. Wissy. It's very hard to do an H and an R sound, but I love it.
Savage.
A lot of people saying Fisher Tiger. I mean, Fisher Tiger's great, but I don't know if I would even make Fisher Tiger the MVP of his own flashback. Certainly when he saved everybody, but you know, kind of the way that he died could have been so avoided. But I'd make Odahime the MVP of the flashback. Alright, let's start the poll. Alright. So for the flashback, I'm giving it to Odahime. I just made a poll. For me, this is kind of a Luffy MVP arc. Because, you know, his attempts to stop the Noah and all that. Or actually, you know what? I'm ending this poll because I gotta add Shirahoshi. I can't forget Shirahoshi because she totally did some MVP stuff by using her powers. All right. Now the poll is the way it needs to be. Ah, I totally messed that poll up. I put Shirahoshi in the title instead of a choice. Sorry, guys. Messing up. Shirahoshi. Okay. Now it's the way it's supposed to be. I'm inclined to pick Shirahoshi. The chat is inclined to pick Shirahoshi. We got a lot more votes in. Shirahoshi was landslide winning. Now it's a little more even. The reason I put the Straw Hats as a unit is because that's the whole point of Fishman Island. Is that it was sort of an ensemble piece of all of them, like, kind of doing their thing after the time skip. But it's not fair to really include that. So if we really need to pick one person, it's Shirahoshi, and I think that the chat agrees. She saved the island. Ron Gamer said maybe it really is time to end it. Alright, we're ending that poll. Shirahoshi won, 47%. Joy said Shirahoshi was useless. She actually saved the entirety of Fishman Island. They all would have died because the Noah would have fallen and hit them. So we got to put respect on Shirahoshi. Alright. Punk Hazardo. Alright, poll's live. This was tough. I actually had Frankie on there for a minute, because technically they wouldn't have been able to get out of that cell if it wasn't for Frankie using his beam. Frankie had a lot of good moments in Punk Hazard, so it was hard to take him off of that. But Sanji kind of started the entirety of the Wano saga by saving Kinemon. But Law broke the gears. And Zoro did have his fight against Monet, which was very impressive. And this is unbelievably lopsided, just like Thriller Bark. We only have 75 votes in so far. But Law is putting up Zoro and Thriller Bark numbers right now. He's got more than 80% of the vote. I'm seeing Mocha Love in the chat. Alico said this is a popularity poll. It is not. But Law does actually... I think Law does actually deserve this because he did break the gears. And he did split the entire island in half, which is an MVP thing for me. But we'll do an underrated Punk Hazard poll. In which we'll do Mocha. And who should the third one be? DeAndre Gilmore. Yo ho ho, Randy. I'm glad I was able to catch the stream. Much love to you, brother. Keep doing your thing. Appreciate you, man. Glad to have you here. Glad to have everybody here. This one's a lot of fun. And, appreciate that, man. Thank you. All right, so the underrated Punk Hazard poll is live. Mocha is winning. Mocha is the little girl who ate all of the candy to save the other kids. Okay, things are starting to even out a little bit. A lot of people were forgetting who Mocha was, but at the same time, Mocha made a smart play. But, you know, it was Chopper and Law that saved Mocha. So does that make Punk Hazard a Chopper arc? Some would say. Some would say. All right. 100 votes in. I'm going to call it there. Mocha won with Chopper in second place. So we're going to do that's Chopper's first win of the stream. Technically, you know, that's the first time he's been on the board here. He deserves it. And shout out to Frankie for, you know, really doing his thing. He had a bunch of good moments that arc. All right, Dressrosa. It's hard not to give Luffy Dressrosa. And, you know, the underrated, we'll do an underrated one for this one as well, because there's just so many characters to get through. It's kind of like Marineford. But, you know, for me, I think I have to give it to Kyros. Kyros was really like the heart and the MVP of the arc. Took out the second in command. You know, if I'm not just giving it to Luffy. So, but then again, God Usopp, with his hockey bloom and everything. I think we have three of the 4 votes here. Sabo, yeah. I don't think I can reasonably consider Law an MVP, even though it's like his arc. Because I just feel like he was a vehicle for the arc, but there were other MVPs. So I'm gonna make the poll. Mariah said, Joker, you're missing out. Yeah, we'll see if he watches the VOD. I'm not gonna put Luffy in the poll because I think Luffy does win. So we're gonna see who is second place. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Seeing some cultured Kyros appreciators here. God Usopp is landslide winning this, though. And he should. You know, God Usopp was, for as much as Kyros did throughout the arc, organizing Operation SOP, doing all of that, like, Usopp literally stopped Luffy and Law from getting sugared. And saved all the Coliseum participants, stopped. He's responsible for saving all of the toys. So. Got 110 votes in. Got Usopp with 65%, cleaning house. Kyros with 20% of the vote. Law with 6%, Fujitora with 8%. True. Barry said, Soldier San became Kyros again because of Usopp. Yeah. True that. Alright, so we're ending this poll. 120 votes in. The MVPs of Dressrosa are Lucy and God Usopp. Love the 5 stars, Barry. I think that's great. Alright, so now we're going to do the underrated Dressrosa MVP. Lemillion, thanks for joining the channel, man. Another one. I'm gonna put Kyros on this one again because I feel like Kyros is actually underrated. I am. Yes, Lucy B, you are the MVP. It's taking everything in me to not put Bellamy on this. Alright, so the poll is live. We have underrated Dressrosa MVP. Kyros, Leo, Barto, Frankie. Remember, guys, this isn't a character a popularity poll. So, Frankie is responsible for, helping blow up the factory. Barto took out a commander and, helped get, helped Robin and everything. Leo was able to get Man Sherry, who was used to save the entire city and everything. Which, realistically, I guess a vote for Leo is a vote for Man Sherry. Kyros, we talked about him. We had him in the main poll. Right now, it's between Kyros and Barto. Kyros is mad underrated Ryo, and this poll is showing it. Because he's definitely he's definitely the winner. Like, he's definitely the most underrated character. So Leo's got 8% of the vote. Frankie's got 18%. I think some people took this seriously. I think some people treated it as a popularity poll. So, I'm going to end this one. Barto won the vote, so we'll say that it was the community's vote for Barto, but I'm picking Kyros. Man Sherry is another underrated Dressrosa MVP. Okay. And let's see. Maxo said, great stream, Randy. Rating MVPs is so hard in One Piece when the focus is so much on friendship and teamwork and not doing everything yourself. Facts. Yeah. So we're voting on the Swirly Hat Adventure right now. So this is what happened with Sanji and the team while everybody was going to Zou. So we've got Sanji there for leading the crew. We've got Caesar there for actually getting rid of the gas. Chopper for tending to the minks. And Capone for forcing Sanji's hand out of Zou. It's between Sanji and Caesar right now, as far as the voting is concerned. Sanji has an overwhelming 48%, which I'm inclined to agree. He kept the crew safe. He took out Sheep's Head. But Caesar actually did save the minks. from his own gas. So Chopper convinced Caesar to make the vaccine. Ryo said, I mean, this is all very true. Alright, so it's Sanji with Caesar as the runner-up. We're going to move on to Zoe. Who should this be? Ryunosuke! Okay. Alright. So I put the Mink tribe because that's what everybody was saying in the troop, but I don't necessarily want to give it the MVP to an entire group, but I mean in this situation they all grouped together and effectively kept Rhizo safe. So yes, that's fair. Beyond that, Zunisha taking out Jack, who was essentially the big bad of Zoe, is a fair MVP. But is it Momo? Or is it Zunisha? Who do we give the credit to? Momo for controlling Zunisha, or Zunisha for doing the work? Alright. Alright, so according to the poll, Mink Tribe gets it. Zunisha is the runner-up. People are saying that it's Zunisha over Momonosuke. So the winks, yep. Alright. on to Whole Cake, everybody. We're getting there. We're getting there. Whole Cake. Is it Luffy for beating Katakuri? Is it Sanji for baking the cake? Is it Brook for doing all of the Brook things that he did? Or is it Pedro for saving everyone? Let's see how long we have to stay on this one. Poll is live. It's looking like a landslide for Brook, as expected. Got about 100 votes in so far, over 100 now. Brook is at 75%. Luffy and Sanji are tied at 8%. Pedro has 10%. So it's Brook and Pedro for the win over Luffy and Sanji right now. John Erickson said Nami got robbed. Nami did a great job in Whole Cake, and it was so amazing seeing her use the Weaver card to her advantage. But if I could do more than 4, choices, yeah, Nami would be the 5th choice here. But you gotta think, was what Nami did better than what everybody else did? No. Luffy actually, beat someone that, and even Luffy's contribution wasn't as great as everyone else's. Sanji subdued Big Mom, subdued Yonko. Brook did the same, slept with Yonko. Pedro saved the crew, sacrificed himself. So Nami doesn't beat all of that. But when it comes to underrated people in Whole Cake, we'll do an underrated one because this one was too easy. Here's underrated. Alright, the underrated poll is active. It'll be active for about a minute, and then we're going to move on. There's a lot of Brule love in the chat. Nami just surpassed Brule. Alright. The Brule stuff was just at the beginning. Brule's sitting at 18%. Nami's got 35%. Oh, Brule's starting to catch back up. Capone is in second place, though. Neck and neck with Nami. We got 87 votes. I'm going to wait until... We've got 184 people in here right now. I'm going to wait until we have about 110 votes in. And then I'm going to call it unless we, if we get more votes, great. It's neck and neck, Nami and Capone right now. All right. 114 votes. That's pretty good. It was neck and neck. Nami 31%, or 33%. Capone 31%. Reverie. We hear, people. We hear. Oh, you know what? I meant to put Big News Morgan on the underrated thing, but I put Carrot in there. It should have been Big News. Big News is going to be on the Reverie one. Who else? Let's see. Reverie. Yeah. We're judging the Reverie on what we know and what we've seen. Okay. So far. Obviously, when we know more, this will change. Choices are Big News Morgans, Sabo, Miosgard, and Garp. Not a lot of Sabo votes. It's actually a pretty cultured vote on this one. Miosgard and Big News Morgans are neck and neck. Miosgard is 37%. Morgans is 36%. Now it's 38 to 34. I'm gonna wait for a few more votes to come in. Let's see if Big News Morgans beats Miosgard. Realistically, though, Miosgard saved Shirahoshi, so he wins as far as like what the rules of this stream is. But Big News Morgans, as far as what the world is, how the world is concerned, yeah, he's winning with all the scoops, with all the big news. Sabo is just kind of in the background. It's fun, but he hasn't done anything of note that we've seen. It's the same thing. Like, I love that Vivi was involved, but I can't give Vivi the MVP for this. She didn't really do anything. Akko said he didn't just save Shirahoshi, he prevented a war. Big facts. Big news, Miosgard. Moving on. Wano, Act 1.
Savage.
Does anybody have any legitimate answers as to why Kaido would not be the winner of Act 1? The illusion of choice. But seriously, I mean, Kaido came in, wrecked Luffy, dominated the entirety of Act 1 in 2 chapters. So, Chin said, reveal your mask, Morge. You're not ready, Troy. The raid is going to fail. Yeah. I just... Shinobu. Shinobu would be the underrated MVP. That's a good point, yeah. The underrated Wano Act 1 Shinobu for rotting the ground and saving everybody from the from Kaido's attack. I love that. That's great. That's great. Okay. Wano Act 2. Let some choices come in here. All right, poll is live. Choices are Zoro, Olin, Hyogoro, Yasuie. Zoro for commanding everything, fighting killer. Olin for demolishing Udon. Hyogoro for teaching Luffy Ryo. Yasuie for changing the plans. I think we all know who the true MVP is here. And it is Yasuie, and the chat agrees. Whoa. We've got about 100 votes in right now. Yasuie is putting Zoro and Thriller Bark numbers up right now. Yep. Okay. Oden flashback. Pulls up, Oden flashback. A lot of people are saying Toki. Give Toki for underrated. Yep. Toki's definitely underrated. I mean, we need more. And Toki's going to play a role when we eventually get to, like, stuff about the Void history, the Void Century, I mean, and all that. Oden squashed this. Alright. So, there we go. Oden wins the Oden flashback. Wano, Act 3. And this is obviously so far Seeing some Parasparrows in the chat. Spitting. Sanji for saving Momo. True. Alright guys, let's see. Poll is live. Choices are Luffy, the protagonist of this story, Kaido and Big Mom, Tama for turning the alliance, Kanjuro for being one of the only effective villains in the arc. My vote, Tama. Tama's winning. This is crazy. Like I mean, I don't know how much, I influence this at all, but I mean, like Tama's got the 43% of this so far. Kaido and Big Mom are in second place. Luffy's in third. If I was really going to organize this, I would actually go Tama, Kanjuro, Kaido and Big Mom, Luffy. Someone said, how is Tama over Kaido? Tama's effects are not even effective. But then Chris D. Skis said, all of the gifters are legit helping every Straw Hat fight, so they can have 1v1s. That's such a tide change. Yeah, Frankie was on the ropes until all of the armored squad switched. Jinbei was a little on the ropes until Poker and all of his guys came and allowed Jinbei to actually fight who's who by himself. So it's a huge, huge benefit. Emil said, no Yamato, Randy? Why? If I had a fifth spot, I would pick Yamato. Yamato is obviously holding their own against Kaido right now, which is certainly effective. But Kanjuro was a good choice, but not many people picked him. So I think this is the last vote of this stream, guys. So we've got 122 votes in. We got about 200 people in here. If anybody wants to get in on the last vote, jump in here. We're gonna do a vote for best. We're gonna do a poll for best smile, for best gifter. We got to do that. That's how I think that's how we're gonna end things off. But get your votes in for the last two polls here. Locke said the roof piece MVP. So that's interesting. Yeah. So we could do that. We could do that. Just a separate one for roof piece. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Tama wins with 50% of the vote. Everybody who voted for Tama, you're cultured. Alright, so the roof piece MVP thing is live. I almost put Killer by himself without Kid. Just to be a savage. Let's see. Right now, it's pretty overwhelming. A pretty overwhelming lead for Zoro. I think you guys are probably right. He definitely showed out the most. Split the. Objectively, Luffy, would be the MVP because he learned Conqueror's coding, but Zoro attacked with Conquerors, had all of those massive, like, crazy panels of him doing ridiculous stuff. So that's great. Alright, so that was fun. Best gifter. Now, this is probably the most important poll of the entire video. I gotta say, guys, this is gonna be the most important poll. Alright, guys. It's live. Best gifter. Fortrix. Wayne D. Bruce, a.k.a. Batman. Hamlet. That's the giraffe one. Briscola. That's the one with the gorilla arm. Alikos said, design or character? Overall. Energy. Gazelle Man would be, that's the problem with these polls. If I had more choices, I would have put Gazelle Man. I would have put Speed. I'd have put Poker. I'd have put Wan Yudo. But ultimately, it's between Fortrix and Batman, aka Wayne D. Bruce, anyway. And right now, we've got 101 votes. We've got 190 viewers. Okay. Last vote of the stream. Last poll of the stream. Get your votes in, guys. 80 people have not voted yet. It's between Fortrix and Wayne D. Bruce, aka Batman, right now. Alright. I'm going to call it in about 20 seconds or so. Who's it going to be? Right now it's Fortrix, 41%, to Batman, 34%. Hamlet's at 18%, Briscola at 6%. There's not a lot of Briscola love. I guess I'm the only person who likes Briscola. Fortrix is the champion. But only by 4%. But only by 4%. Wayne D. Bruce, aka Batman. Oh, actually 3% was the final. It was 39% to 36. So Batman was the runner-up. Oh my god. This is actually not the longest stream yet. When me and Chrissy did the stream for 1000, that went for about 4 hours, but this is getting close. I am going to end the stream. That's it, guys. This was an extremely long stream. For everybody who was here from the beginning to the end, you guys are incredible. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of the new members. I appreciate all of the current members. I just appreciate you guys. Anybody that actually watches this whole video, you are incredible. Yeah. Thank you, Ahmad. He said this stream was fun. #Savage. I'll catch everybody for 10:22. I'm very excited about it. I'm going to do my best to try and have the merch situated by the time that stream comes out. And yeah, let's thank Chrissy. She's been the real MVP in the other room with Mars. But I had a lot of fun. This was awesome. We actually went through the entire series, ranked all of the MVPs. Who would have thought it could be done? Alright, guys. I'll catch everyone soon. Later.